Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I am here with Sam.
Hi.
We're gonna talk about the Banlist. This is the first of two videos. We're gonna do one prediction and one wish list. And for this video the light is pink. For the wish list the light is gonna be different.
What do you want?
I don't know, not yet. We're not there yet. We're red. Alright, so we all know that this is a pretty interesting format. And loops. At the moment the best decks basically are Dragon Link and Emancipator.
Yeah, easily.
VFD Turbo deck, better known as Virtual Worlds, Infernoble. There are a lot of issues, a lot of toolbox cards right now, and it's almost December and that's when the Banlist will hit. So we're gonna have some very cool guesses about what Konami's gonna do. So this is the first list where we will talk about what we will logically think Konami would do, with not many out of the reach guesses. But in the wish list video we're gonna go wild. We have some pretty wild unbans.
Yeah.
Like you want a Block Dragon around.
Block Dragon at 1 would be fine.
Yeah, that's not even in the video, trust me. Alright, so let's start off with the ban section, cards that we will definitely think get banned. First monster that's gonna be finally banned is Buster Whelp. I do not personally think that hitting Union Carrier is a thing. I saw online that it would be very cool to... I saw that people wanted it to be errata so that it could only equip Unions from deck, which was cool, but I'm 90% sure they're not gonna errata cards.
Should have just brought it out that way.
It would be really cool if Konami would go a route like that, but for now the Buster just has gotta go. That card has been around for like a year now, and it's so insane that this late in its life cycle, it's like only now getting to be a problem. But it's only a promise for the future that it's going to be way more of a problem.
It would have been a problem earlier, but then Emancipator came around and it just didn't have space.
Exactly. Like back then the decks were just too good, and now that a lot of ancients have been cut, it's an issue now, and it's going to be an issue for a long time. So we better just do it now.
Yeah.
Union Carrier still would be a good card for the decks that need it, but there's no need for decks that don't need it to play.
You still have the infinite negate combo if you ban the Buster Whelp though. But then like only Dino.
Yeah, who cares?
If they play the bad version.
Like infinite negate combo really never.
You out it with Alpha.
Exactly. The other monster that I wanted to ban, some didn't think this was necessary, but I did think I make a good argument for it, is Despot 001. We're also banning Link Cross, we're talking a little bit later about that. We're not banning Halka-Fibrax. Halka-Fibrax will not be hit yet. The card is generic and good, but it's not broken. Everything around it kind of facilitates the brokenness. And I think that Konami will not hit it just yet.
And we're getting a playmat.
And we're getting a playmat. Not that that really matters.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does. It's products we need to sell.
Yeah, exactly.
But hitting Despot 001 brings up the argument that people will not just switch to the Auroradon package. I think that banning a card like Auroradon is really unfair for archetypes that can actually use it. I don't think Despot 001 actually is like a card used in any other deck, except for being comboed with Halka-Fibrax into the Auroradon, into the other level 4 Mecha Phantom Beast, who cares? Just banning that card straight up destroys this engine and will not make like Infernoble use it anymore. It will still keep those decks alive, but it needs to be a different, less generic direction than it is now.
Yeah.
I just think that combos will just deprive to them. It's not really a good way to go about it.
Like people will think of other stuff to use, of course, but right now, if you indeed would ban the Link Cross, you would be playing the Despot in like every deck imaginable.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, because it's just too good. It's just the way that things are. Like Outtakes will go that way, all those decks. We're gonna talk about XYZs, or one in specific, and this card has been rampant for 4 years now, I think, or 3. I don't know, not sure.
We're talking about Tornado Dragon, obviously.
Tornado. I believe it's actually the same set. It got released. Really? I believe it's both Maximum Crisis.
Oh, damn.
We're talking about VFD.
Yeah.
Virtual World just got released, and we do not want to hit the deck, but VFD has been a problem for over 2-3 years now. It's insane. Ever since that card was released, the card was already broken, and it just they never got around to it, it feels like. Without VFD, Virtual World is still in a really good spot. Their own synchro monster is pretty cool. They can still make it Soulkin. There's going to be more support for
the hand loop build as well. Like a build that hand loops for 4.
Apparently, that's scary.
Yeah.
Never mind. Keep VFD.
No, the thing is with VFD right now, it used to be okay because you had like gamma, imperm, all those answers to it.
Yeah.
And right now the virtual world deck just ends on 2 VFD plus the trap to dodge imperm if they need it. And the only out is like droplet with 2 monster and trap.
Yeah, that's
it's so it's just like an FTK against every good deck. Like of course if you play Subterra you will.
And I don't think it's a good card to keep at 1.
Yes.
It's not. Honestly, if you are still not on the train of banning VFD, then I just suggest you read the card again.
There are answers to it, man. Just need Biru them.
Just need Biru them.
Yeah, Jesus.
Just droplets. There are outs. No, this card is just banned. It's overstaying its welcome. On to Link monsters. We have two that we want to have banned. First off is Pisty. I don't think this needs an explanation.
LP, dude.
First one is LP.
LP, yeah. Do not ban Pisty.
Don't ban Pisty. Fuck it. Ban Pisty.
Yeah, I think banning LP. LP right now it's of course like insanely good. It has been really good for the last couple of years. But banning LP, it still keeps Dragon Link alive, but you need to play different cards. Like you can play Dragon Ravine and revive with this.
It's
stuff
still
like that.
viable. It can still end on like multiple negate boards. It's still fine, but just LP.
It adds so much.
It's also super unfair to hit everything else and then just still keep LP in. And I don't think there are any other key cards that make sense of banning. Like we are not gonna like limit Tracer or something. That's just that makes no sense whatsoever.
To be honest, the LP should have been banned on the Phantom Skyblaster hit for the Danger Thunder Dragon deck. It should have been gone then. But it's just still running around and there are still decks that abuse it, and it's just it's staying as welcome.
Yeah, exactly. Like it makes no sense to ban like a Brotower or anything. It's overstaying its welcome, it needs to go.
Yeah.
And the other Link monster we want to have banned is Linkross. This card has been up for some shenanigans for a while now. Of course,
and to be fair, since it's released, every combo deck has played it. Every combo deck has played that and Marcher, and I think
it took some time, like a month maybe, but then everything played it.
I remember like the YOS, the first YOS event. Linkross was not released yet, and every single combo deck played Linkross. No one abused it because no one knew how to play it. But like right now, you have just every single combo deck plays Helk, Linkross, Marcher, and then any way to go from there. And you cannot really kill Marcher. I think it's
that makes
too
no
low
sense.
impact.
Like I know that we are kind of Konami as of now is kind of banning around the Hulk Vibrex, and we are too. But there's just like the difference is we're not banning around the thing we're banning. You know, it's either Linkross or like Marcher and everything else, and that just makes no sense. So Linkross is just
Linkross is actually also being played in different decks. Like
exactly.
that don't even use tuners. You just use Linkuriboh. Yeah, for example, Infernoble of course used it to set up their first negate. But I remember Dion, he played like any weird ass Verte Turbo deck, and he just did Linkross, then tributed his Linkuriboh or summoned his Linkuriboh from grave, just made Verte, had an extra token for the Linkuriboh again. Like it has a lot of potential, but I think it's too much potential.
Yeah, even with the limiting ability it has already, it's still too good.
It's just too much.
It's gonna have to go. Sorry guys. And the last card we are banning, I believe this is the last card that we are at, yes, is Smoke Grenade. This card totally makes sense. Dragon Link will not play like the Cubic engine again, and the Infernoble deck will just be more fair. And I think it's very interesting that we keep coming around to the point where an old card gets broken. Makes me wonder what the next card will be. But we've seen like so much. We've seen Olion, we've seen Thunder, that's kind of different. But like all those old cards are back again, and now like Smoke Grenade is like from 2003.
It's like the second set ever.
Yeah, it's insane. And it's like, it has been fun for those activating it, but for everyone else it just hasn't. It's time to go. It's not much to say here, but
banning a brick.
Banning a brick, shut the fuck up. It literally gives no stats.
It gives Infernoble more consistency. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I think. Oh my god. Right, we got a couple of cards that we want to have limited as well. I believe one of them is kind of a wild card, which I wanted on there because it's too good. But we will start off with the normal monsters, which is Harp Horror to 1.
Yeah, I think that's...
Yeah, Orcust has been dead for no reason That deck doesn't deserve to die. They just give Harp back to 1. There will be shenanigans with Rusty Bardiche, but 2 Fog Blades will be more fair than anything else that Infernoble will still do after the Banlist.
I mean, I think the only thing you can really be scared of if you unban the Harp Horror is like with Rusty Bardiche, like using the quick play rank up thing, going with the going to the VFD. But yeah, if you ban VFD, you have that problem, so it doesn't make that more consistent.
Exactly.
It just adds a lot more consistency to like pure August, which is now a deck which just you cannot play it anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
And Gearshu right now is just being played in pure Mech Knights, and that's not where it's supposed to be.
Or like very bad Orcus decks.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So yeah, the other card monster that we want to have limited is Miscellaneous Cyrus. That needs to be hit.
Either limited or banned.
We tapped it with only a limit. There are no further dino hits that we expect. I don't believe this deck has to be dead. In order to do that, you can maybe also hit Oviraptor. I think that's kind of overkill, because dinos did nothing with Misc on 1. So I think putting it to 1 will still keep the deck viable.
I mean, it did nothing with it at 1, but right now, with the release of the Archnimidor and Archosaur, like 1 Misc is just a lot of pressure. And it being at 3, just it doesn't make sense.
Okay, you can like use both effects efficiently.
Like they brought it back to make dinos better, but right now dinos is like it's not too good, but it's
kind of they have Conductor.
It's just
Conductor
insane.
is a card.
Yeah,
it's totally fine. The deck is too good.
I remember like the White Utrecht it was I think where I played against like 3 dinos and they were all like blind second decks, but because Archnimidor and Archosaur wasn't really yet released, they were like fine in check.
Yeah,
but right now you can play like Droplets, Dark Ruler, a bunch of like really overpowered going second cards, and then just activate Misc and clear the field, win from there. It's too much right now.
Another monster we are limiting is Halka Vibrex. It still doesn't have to be banned, but I think that we will reach the point that the OCG had where it will be kind of a toolbox card. There's no reason to have access to 3 of this card. Right now there are already combo decks that are playing 2, just because it combos even without using its effect. Putting this card to 1 keeps it in check. It helps you with like picking up extra deck choices, and it limits like the power of decks like Outtakes, combo, whack, play 3. Yeah, this card is just definitely completely fine.
Yeah, I think limiting it is like also future proofing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like right now, Infernoble just picked up 2 health, and like it doesn't have to. It just increases their grind game for no reason.
Yeah.
Like
no reason.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And the last card is the wild card that we have. We have Prologue of the Buster Sword. It's a card that I want to have at 1. For those unfamiliar with it, this has been popping up for quite a while now. I remember playing against like a Buster Blader deck at locals like a couple of years ago.
Yeah, he slayed all of us.
Yeah, he destroyed the local.
Yeah, we were all playing Thunder Dragons, and he just came to our locals with Buster Blader once, and I think he went 4-0.
Yeah.
With like we were all just comboing, and he was just like activate trap win.
Yeah, and this was 2 years ago. For those of you that don't know what it does, it's a trap that sends another trap and a monster to the graveyard as a cost. You can banish the trap you sent to the graveyard as a cost, for a cost, to special summon either a fusion or a synchro, and the other summons the other. And then you end your field with a synchro monster and a fusion monster, and their combined effects are that your monsters go to defense, they are dragons, and dragons cannot activate their effects.
Yeah, and the fusion monster is like unoutable. It's like 15k attack in his grind game.
Very strong because he gains like 1000 attack for each dragon, it's insane. Essentially opening the trap destroys like almost every deck at the moment, because you can't play, you cannot attack, and your monsters are negated.
There's like a couple of really good dueling book players that like played that deck for like a year right now, and I remember after the last ban list, like no one knew what to play because everything just got slayed. Like everyone was playing Emancipator, of course.
Just play one of trap.
Yeah, and I believe there were 2 guys that just kept playing Buster Blader. There were 1 and 2 for like a month on the dueling book rating. That deck's actually really
maybe even putting it to 1 is not harsh enough, but I think this is really overpowered and something that we will definitely see more in the future.
I think it works out well because they play trap check to get into the
that's true.
Like of course you can search it with like stuff, but
probably
it's instead of 6 copies you play 1.
That's way better.
Yeah,
it's just way better.
It keeps it in check.
Exactly. That was it for the limited section, and after the semi-limited section we have 1 card, which people have been saying for a couple of weeks now, which is honestly dumb, but I think they're gonna do it, but it's dumb. It shouldn't happen, but they're gonna do it. It's gonna be Italy to 2, which is the most effed up thing, I can imagine, because that card is way too good, but they're gonna do it to push Virtual World. Because they're gonna ban VFD, they're gonna give Italy to 2, but they're only gonna focus on Virtual World and forget that there are thousands of archetypes and decks that could benefit with 2 Italy.
Mutants, bro.
Mutants, bro.
Come on.
Oh, they're gonna push mutants.
They're
It's
gonna
gonna
push,
go.
and the twins are also psychic, right?
Oh, are they?
Yeah, I think they're all psychic decks that got released. So I think they're just gonna push the 2. And
There are so many good psychic cards. There are so many. This is such a mistake. It's gonna be a wild time, that's for sure. Alright, we got a couple of unlimits as well. This is not really exciting. Basically every card that is at 2 at the moment, except for Malicious, is gonna go to 3. We have Seer, Gruff, Toad and ABC Buster Dragon, all to 3, which will do nothing.
I think like BA decks right now only play 1 Seer, 1 Griff, right?
You mean the pure PK lists with like 2 BA
oh,
cards in engine? Yeah, no. In my real honest opinion, like everyone says it's a joke, but playing 3 Gruff kind of rigs, because if you open 2 it's useless. So yeah, honestly it's like such a weird card, like such a weird position to be in, because it's both the best card and the worst card, because you want to see it, but if you see multiples it sucks, like it's literally unplayable. So yeah, putting those cards at 3 is completely fine. Like honestly it will do nothing. Tour Guide is still better.
I think like ABC and Toad also won't do a difference. It's just, the decks were not being played before Master Rule 5. They thought they were going to get played. They're
ABC is really strong now, by the way. ABC
yeah, but
really
like
strong.
2 or 3 busters does not really
doesn't really
matter at all.
It's not gonna change.
No.
Alright, that's it for what we think Konami will do. We did not adjust Mystic Mine. We don't think Konami will do anything about that. We will not do anything about the Red Ice package, because that's super underperforming. Not warping the format. Everyone was scared for no reason.
3 bricks, man. Horrible.
Maybe something with Verte, but we honestly don't think that Konami will do anything about those cards.
No. I kind of agree. Yeah.
Maybe that is what we both want personally, and you should watch the next video, which is our wish list, filled with completely whack IDs, like the worst cards ever to unban, and just personal preferences and a lot of salt in the wishlist video. So this has been a video where we will talk about what Konami will do with only logical hits. And yeah, stay tuned for the next video where we will talk about what we both want. And that's gonna be a wild adventure.
Horrible.
See you guys in a bit.
Hey Gijs, doe fucking geluid dicht, man.
Gijs, doe geluid dicht.
Gijs, doe je geluid uit.
Ben je er klaar voor?
Moment.
Gijs, doe je geluid uit.
Ja, ik pak alleen nog even wat drinken, dus heb ik nog even de kamer.
Nee, geluid uit.
Ja, ik zet nog geluid uit. Mute mezelf.
Dat is een Discord mute geluid.
Oh. Love you.
Dat is fucking gay, man. Guys, het is een boy.
Ben je er klaar voor?
Joshua Samhayes, neven van Duif Bodem Pencil.